Hi everyone, I thought today we could try something else, and that is a soldering video. So I got this Don't Panic badge from David Watts, and I thought I could solder it up on in this video and see how that goes and see if you like it. So like I say, I have the badge right here. I have some 100 ohm resistors, 0603, and I have some red LEDs. And yeah, let's go. I think we should start actually with the switch. So I have the switch here. Nothing too exciting about that one, but let's do it. So I put the first pad and it's already skewed, which is alright because that pad will keep it in place. Now I realigned it, it's nicely aligned. We can solder the rest of the pads, no problem. Let's see if I can reach here without rotating the board. Maybe I didn't quite think this through. Usually I just rotate the board all around, there's no issue, but with the camera, there we go, we'll clean it up later. So in case you're curious, I'm using, I don't know if this will show up, but this is a 0.4 millimeter tip, and the solder is 0.38 leaded. Okay, so with the switch there, we can, very nice switching action. So what I like to do when I solder, I have to solder many SMD components, I actually pre-tin one side of each. That way I don't have to do it later one by one. I think it is faster this way rather than having to switch having to solder one side and then switch to the other side. I can first pre-tin one side, solder the components to that, and then finish up by soldering all the other side pads on the other sides. And it doesn't really matter if it's the same side for like the LED or not, because I won't be testing until I mounted everything anyway, so no problem, no issue there. And one more there. So the LEDs on this board are side mounted, but the LEDs I have are just regular 0603, so let's see if that's gonna prove a problem or not. Okay, I think that's all of them. Let's, yeah. Then I think we could go. Actually, we could start with the LEDs. That way, the resistors are not in the way, since the LEDs are more critical or more difficult to solder. So I don't know if you can see, probably not. I mean, an LED, it has that arrow over there. The arrow points to ground, and on this side, I don't think you can also see that, it's just the focus here. But on one side of the LED there's a green dot, and that dot also means it's ground. And then, even though this board doesn't have ground marked on the footprints, I can see that all the resistors are on the ground side of the LED. So this way I know how to solder the LEDs. So let's go. Let's start in the middle here. And then, yep. I'm thinking I don't want the LED to actually go over the opening in the solder mask, because you will see that as a very bright mark. Yes, it will be just way brighter than everything else, and I want the light to be uniform, so let's not do that. And then later, when I solder this, I want to put some hot glue all over these openings here in the solder mask, and hopefully that makes a nice diffuser. Let's see where I need to move it a bit in my microscope. So there's the resistor, that means this is ground. Right. So this is probably the boring part of the video, so we'll see if I speed this up later in post or not. As you probably see on my channel, I don't really do much editing in my videos, so I try to not spend like too much time on them, which might sound bad, but I don't want that to take too much of my time. I mean, yeah, if people enjoy them, that's great. Oh, you. I think we have a fighter. Let's add a bit more solder. See, the problem is keeping them sideways. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna put some more here just for myself to pick up from, because it takes too much time to reach all the way to the side. Yeah, that one got away, that's fine. Okay. Next one. Pesky little buggers. So yeah, I'm just keeping track of that green dot, so it is on the side of the resistor. Darn, sometimes it would be nice to have a third hand or a second tweezer. There you go, let's just clean that up. Okay, then we can go for this one. See, I can't use the tip too much to help myself because it would melt the LED. Alright. Oh, that one. We get lucky, it's already on its side. Resistor is there. Okay, so let's actually do this one because it's aligned the proper way. There we go. And then this one is on its side and it's aligned perfectly for this. See, so this is what I meant with tinning only on one side and not doing it two at a time, because I get to do it so much faster just by doing it one, and then I can do the other one a bit later. Resistor is there, resistor is here, okay. Now I'm just pretty much looking for footprints that match the way I'm holding the LED rather than rotating the LED. And I want it as close to the opening in the solder mask as I can. Yeah. Seems my camera turned off for some reason, but I didn't solder anything more. I noticed it, so we're good. Can continue here. Sorry for the jump in the video. Okay, I have to rotate because that's just they're just gonna keep escaping me. It's good. I mean, it's easiest to solder at a 90-degree angle, so. And now that pad kinda ran out of solder. There we go. Wow, I actually ran out of LEDs over here. There we go. And then we have this one, and the ground is on this side. So let's rotate. There we go. And let's see, there's one more here. Okay, there's quite a few still left. No problem. Let me just pick up more, sprinkle some LEDs over here. So this one is aligned properly actually. Yep. And there's one over here. This one is rotated properly, so let's use this one. Yes, so that I think covers all here. Now we have this. Okay. And just two more, I believe, with the ground on the left side. Oh. There's one, and then there's the other. There we go. So I think let's get rid of the extra. I can pick that up later, it's no problem. Is that all of them? Looks like it. So now we can do the resistors. Actually, let me just get rid of those. And then some resistors. Just gonna sprinkle them off. Oh no, I actually can see them here. Okay. There's one. So I'm starting with the ones that are horizontal because that's the easy way to solder, and then I think once I'm done with the horizontal, I just rotate the board and do the rest. So I don't, jump, rotate it all the time. And now I believe that's all of them. Let's see if I can rotate this without hitting the camera. There we are. And one more, there it is. Luckily the resistors are all 90 rotated only 90 degrees. There's no strange angles like with the LEDs, but you need those angles to get the light to follow the letters, so no one's fault really. Yeah, this board is also quite thin because you want the light to shine through easily. So actually I'm trying not to press too hard on it, because I think you can see if I do this, like, yeah, it bends a lot. So you gotta be delicate. And 2 more, 3 more. Isn't this exciting? Will it actually work? I don't see why. Well, I'm sure it will work. Okay, that is, let's see, yeah, that looks like all of them. So now we rotated 180 and we do all the other sides. Oh, I missed one. No problem. It's nice that this board is gold, so it's easy to see where the solder is missing. If it's hassle, then it would just, like, it would be silver and shiny already. See, this is so nice and fast to do. Okay, then this tight corner here, just a bit extra. Yeah, okay, so this one is missing. 180 again without hitting the camera, and I failed. Sorry if that's very loud, hope not. Okay, and there we go. So now we should try the battery holder. There it is. Okay, sorry, the camera cut off again. Now I realized why, because I was recording 60 FPS and I think it overheats and turns off, so that's silly. But yeah, as I was saying, even though the LEDs are not on top of the opening, you can still see exactly where they are. And I also noticed the LED here is rotated the wrong way, so can fix that up really quickly. There we go. Just mount it. So I need to, yep, turn that on. So what I usually do in this case, I will switch to a thicker tip, which this tip is, okay, it doesn't say, but it's, you'll see it's pretty thick. And since LEDs, like I have so many and they're so cheap that it doesn't make sense to be delicate and try to remove it. You pretty much just melt it off. There it went. And now I can put a new one. It's just faster than trying to, you know, do this cleanly, but I need to clean one of the sides. There we go. And I need to switch back to the thinner tip. Yeah, so in case you're wondering, this soldering station has this nice feature where you can unscrew the tip and remove it while it's hot without burning yourself. So that's really nice, you don't have to wait. So that's what I did there. Now let's put some extra solder here and make sure we put this one correctly. So there's a new one. And it should be this way. It's actually pretty impressive that I mentioned to only screw up one. That's pretty good, I think. See, now the battery holder's a bit in the way, but that's, we got this. Yep. And back to the thinner solder. All right. Let's see. And there we are. All working, I believe. We can have a quick look. Yeah. All of them are working. So now we will apply the hot glue. Let's see how that goes. So I have my glue gun here. I have the board. Let's try it out. And from my experience, actually LEDs can take a bit of abuse, so you don't have to be too worried on you know, drowning them. Like, they'll survive most likely, so it should be fine. You could try to just create a huge blob on the whole board pretty much, but I think that would, the light would bleed quite a lot. So if you try to create a blob per letter, it should work better. And you actually do want to cover at least part of the LED with the glue, because that way the light kind of enters the blob more easily, I believe. So for the eye, there's only an LED on the bottom, so it might have a bit lacking light there, but let's see, the hot glue should help it at least a bit. And then the last one. Yes, let's see. Let's see how that looks. You can see there's a bit lacking here. Otherwise, I think there we go. Yeah. So what do you think? Should we try it out? Did I switch? There we go. So you can, if it ever chooses to focus. Let me just do a bit of this. As you can see, it's a lot more uniform. You can still kind of see where the LEDs are, but the light is a lot more uniform. Actually, let me even turn off more light so you can have a better view. There you go. It actually looks a lot more uniform in real than on camera. I don't think I could try just in the exposure. Yeah, this is more how it looks to me in real life here. So there's still some lighter dots, like on the bottom of the T and on the top of the apostrophe, but I think that's definitely good enough. So there you have it. That was a first try at a soldering/assembly video. Let me know if you liked it and what I did wrong. And yeah, see you around.